back to my channel. Hope you're doing fine. My name is Adiola. Welcome back to another video. Today we'll be learning how to draft a bustier blouse with yoke and with this trending waistline. So this is what we're going to be drafting today. I'll be drafting and cutting this. So it has this effect. You're going to see that on your screen. So I have a picture of that on my screen. We're going to be needing your measurement, so you need to work with your measurement. So I have my measurement, I have my paper here. So now you need to watch my princess bustier pattern video to actually understand this. So I've drafted just a little bit of my pattern. I don't want my video too long, so you need to watch the video. So I'm going to post the link so you can watch that to actually understand that. So today, this is what we'll be doing, measurement. So I have my measurements, I have my vertical measurements. This is my shoulder line, it's my chest line, my bust line, my under bust line, and my waistline with my hip length. So for my shoulder is 14. So I have that. You divide your shoulder by 2. I have my 7 inches for that. My chest line, in order to get your chest line, you divide your bust by 6, then you had 1.5. So I did that. So I have my bust length. This is my length, my under bust length, my waist. So now the next thing we're going to be taking now is our armhole line. Okay, so in order to get our armhole line, you first come down by 1 inch from your shoulder. So you can come down by half inch or 1 inch, but I came down by 1 inch. So whatever I'm left with, I have my chest line is 7.8, so coming down by 1 inch, I have 6.8. So you divide that into 2. When I do that, I have 3.4. I have that. Then for my bust measurement circumference, my bust circumference is 38, so you divide that by 4. I have 9.5. So this is my 9.5. Then I'm going to be connecting these 3 lines together now. So you connect this with your armhole curve. So I'm going to be connecting these 2 lines first. Okay, so the next measurement we're going to be working with is our bust span. So for my bust span measurement is 9 inches. So I'm going to be taking that inward. So you divide that by 2. I have 4.5, which I have here. So this is my 0.5. Then I'm going to be taking it to my hip length or my blouse length. So I have that. The next measurement we're going to be taking now is our shoulder. So you divide whatever you have after taking your neck width and neck depth. So I'm going to be taking 4 inches for my neck width. Then for my depth, I'll leave that for now. So whatever you have left here, you measure it, you divide it by 2. So I have 3 inches left. So I divide it by 2. That's 1.5. So I'm going to be connecting it to my bust length. Okay. So for my bust length here, you come down by 1 inch, which I have that. Then to determine our under bust, determine our bust, you're going to, I have a video on this, like I said, so you can just go back to refer. So if you're a medium size, like 36 to 38, you can take 2 inches. So however you want to distribute it depends on how busty the person is. So on my center front here, I took in ½ inch on this side. Then on this side, I took in 1.5 inch. Then you're going to be taking it from your under bust to your waist. Then I'm going to connect it back here since it's going to be my blouse length. So let me just do that. So what we're going to be doing now, so I'm going to be connecting these 2 lines together with my armhole curve. Now flip it to the other side. Okay, I want it curvy. So from this side now, So I'm going to be taking my neck depth, so I'll do 3 inches. Then from here now, I want a sweetheart neckline. So how you want it deep, if you want to expose or not, totally depends on you. So I'm going to be taking 7 inches for mine. Okay, so after taking in my 7 inches on both sides, I'm going to be taking 3/4 of an inch. Okay, I'm going to take 3/4 of an inch on both sides. So I'm going to use my armhole curve to connect that. I'm going to be connecting into this line. And I'll flip it to the other side, then connect it. Sorry, my marker is totally gone. So we have that. Then for my neckline, I'll just connect this. So now the next we're going to be taking is my sweetheart neckline. So I can trace this out with a pencil first from my 7 inches. So I can use my armhole curve to first trace it. So I don't want it too deep, so I can just come up a little bit. So this totally depends on you. Sorry, my marker is failing me at this point. And I'll use my hand to trace this back to, then I'll use my hand to trace this back to my armhole line. Then again, I can go ahead and use this to smoothen it out. So I have my sweetheart neckline. So now the next measurement we're going to be taking is our circumference. So for my bust is 38. I divide that by 4, I have 9.5. So this is my 9.5. Then the that I took on both sides, that is 1.5. I'll return it back. So I have my 1.5 here. Then I'll take in 1.5 inches for my allowance. So the next measurement I'll be taking is my under bust, which is 36.5. So I have 9.1 inches. So this is my 9.1 inches. Then the 2 inches we took here, I have to return it back. So I return my 2 inches back. Then my 1.5 for allowance. Then for my waist is, circumference is 38. So that is 9.5. So I have my 9.5. Then the 2 inches we took out, I have to return that back. Then my 1.5 for allowance. Then for my hip is 45.5. So divide that by 4. I should have 11.23, I think. 11.23. Okay, yes, I have it here. Then my 2 inches, I have to return it back. Okay, so my paper is, okay, I think I'll just take 1 inch. So I'm going to be taking away ½ inch here because my paper is not enough. So I'm just going to stick to my 1.5, my 1 inch rather. So this is my 1 inch, my 1 inch, my 1 inch. So this is what I'll be connecting together. So I'm going to connect these 3 lines together. Sorry about my marker, it's really acting up. Okay, so we have our front pattern. So this is how it looks like after we're through. Sorry, my marker is making this so not nice, so I'll just reconnect this back. Okay, now so we're going to cut this out, so please just watch how I'm going to do that. So this part now, we don't longer need this part. So this part here, we don't need this, we don't need this. Then before we continue, please don't forget our shoulder allowance of 1/2 inch. Then we can continue. Then for the yoke parts, this is how I'm going to cut my yoke now. So this is our front part now. So we are good to go. Now we're going to cut our back. But before we cut our back, you can always label it. So this is your side front. This is your yoke. Then this is your center front. So now we move to the back. Guys, remember for the front, my video was not recording. Please comment by 1/2 inch or 1/4 of an inch before you cut this part out. I didn't show you that part, but for your back you don't need to come in by 1/4 of an inch, but for the front please do that. My camera was not recording, I just saw that. But if you know how to draft. Okay, now this is our back. So I have my back pattern here. This is your normal basic. So I have my neckline of 4 inches. So what you have for your front, you're going to input that. So I took in 4 inches for my neckline. Then before that, my zipper allowance. So I have my zipper allowance here. I have 1.5 zipper allowance. I have my chest line, my under bust line if you wish, my waistline, and my hip length. You come down by 1/2 of an inch, which I did. So I have 6.8 left. So if I divide that by 2, so I'm going to be connecting this to my chest line, my bust circumference. So my bust circumference is 38. If I divide that by 4, that will be after your zipper allowance. This is my zipper. So I'm going to take in my circumference after my zipper allowance, which is 9.5. So I have it here. Then I'm going to be taking my bust span measurement. You divide that by 2. Mine is 9. I divided by 2. So I rule that to my hip length. This is it. I have that. Then from my chest line, I'm going to be coming down by 1 inch to connect my that. So my waistline, I'm going to be taking 1/2 inch on both sides. So I have my 1/2 inch here. Then from my hip length, I'm going to be coming up by 2 inches to connect my that. Or you can do 1.5, you can do 2 inches. So now I'm going to be connecting these 4 lines together. Okay. So after we've done this, then we can take our circumference. So and I came up rather by 1 inch, 1.5 inches. Then you connect. After connecting, you connect it back to your zipper allowance. So my circumference, my bust circumference. Then for the back, we don't need our bust, so it's just your chest line, your waistline, your hip line. So for my circumference here is 9.5. Then for my waist circumference is 38. So I have 9.1. So this is my 9.1. Then the allowance that I took, the ½ inch, I have to return it back. Allowance. Then 1 inch for allowance. Oh, sorry, I have to take down my waist. This is my waist. Sorry. So for my waist is 9.1. Then this that I took, I have to return it back, which is 1 inch. Sorry. Then 1 inch allowance. Then for my hip, I'm not taking my that allowance. I'll just take my hip measurement, which is 11.23, I think. So I'll take that here. Now I'm going to be connecting these 3 lines together. Then from this part here, I'm going to be connecting these 2 lines together. So we have here, so my allowance, I'm going to be adding my shoulder allowance of ½ inch. Then sorry again, for the back, to take away a zipper bulge, for my waistline, I'm going to be going in by ½ inch. Then I'm going to connect this ½ inch back to my neckline to eliminate our zipper bulge. So I'm going to be connecting this half line to my neckline to eliminate the zipper bulge that we usually see at the back of a dress or a blouse. So now I'm going to connect it back to my blouse length or my hip length. So now, sorry, this ½ inch that we took, we have to replace it back. So here I'm going to be replacing it by another ½ inch. So I'm going to connect it back here. Then we'll reconnect. So this is my new line now. Sorry, it's missing my book. So now we are good to go. So now we can cut out our back now. So I'm going to connect this back before we cut. So now you slash through this line because we don't know that we don't need that part anymore. Now I'm going to be cutting this on my fabric.